You are what you eat. This is a phrase I'm sure you've heard many, many times. And it's just basically, you know, if you are wanting to look and feel good and be healthy, you have to consume the right things, you have to do the right things, and we kind of know that. But I don't feel like we relate that to anything else in our life except our physical bodies, our health. Um, but it's definitely true. Like what we consume is very important. It affects everything, right? Because obviously our mind, well, our thoughts affect everything. We know that we can speak life. We know that our thoughts are super, super powerful. It can hold us back for a long time and it can push us forward by what we tell ourselves. And where do we get those thoughts? We get those thoughts based on everything that we experience and what we consume, right? So that is important to know, and I feel like it's important to actually take a look at what we actually consume. I know for me, I am actually starting to look at everything, like what I listen to, who I'm following, who who I'm following, social media, the news, friends. If the conversations with my friends, I'm starting to take note of of all of that stuff. I'm trying to take note, so because I want to be around positivity. I want to be around things that are going to lift me up, right? I just want to make sure I am consuming things that are necessary or conducive to my growth, right? I know that that's what I want in my life, and I know things that I hear, things that I listen to, things that I read, things that I look at can affect my growth, right? That just seems, if we actually look at it, that is the case. If we can say you are what you eat, this is the case. So it is imperative. I feel like we should all take a step back to consider everything, like what we look at, what we listen to. What's the first thing that you do when you wake up in the morning and when you go to bed? Do you grab your phone and scroll social media, which can be, I'm sorry, it's thunder in here, but it can be all consuming in a negative way, because social media is not always positive. It can affect you, and I find that when am on it too long, it can affect me in a negative way. The news, it can affect us in a negative way when we are constantly consuming it. I am not telling you to stop being on social media or stop looking at the news or stop listening to certain things. I am saying that what is the majority of what you listen to and look at, right? Because that does affect your mind. Everything should be in moderation. Obviously, there are going to be sometimes I don't look at the news at all, honestly. I'm going to be totally honest with you, because just I feel like sometimes it gets to me. But I'm not telling you to just stop those things, because I understand that you want to be well informed, and even with social media, I understand that you want to be on social media and keep up with certain people. I'm just saying that everything in moderation. If that's the first thing that we are doing when we wake up, that might be an issue for us. I know people who actually, there was a coach who said this to me, told me this before, that she actually takes off all of her social media after a certain time, like actually deletes the app and puts it back on in the morning. And I thought that was such a good idea. But I think that's really cool, because it really can affect you. It can affect what you do, where you spend your time. It can affect every other aspect of your life, because you are what you eat. Everything in moderation. Again, so if you are, right, I am what I eat. So that necessarily doesn't mean like I can't eat anything that's not so healthy for me, right? I like cake. Does that mean that I'm never going to consume cake? Of course you are. But it's going to be, not always, it's going to be at certain times and when I just feel like I have cake, but I'm not going to eat cake every day, right? Because that wouldn't be healthy. You are what you eat. That's not right. That's not normal, and it's not good for you. So everything, all that to say, everything in moderation. I think we should really start to pay attention of how we spend our time. What are we consuming? Is it taking up a lot of our time? Some of us spend way too much time watching Netflix or watching shows, and I get that that's your that can be a form of your self-care, of your unwinding, but how much time are you spending on that? Right? How much time are you spending on social media? How much time are you looking at the news, which can be all consuming sometimes? And what are you listening to? What are you watching? Is this conducive to your growth? So I'm not saying that to cut everything out of your life, obviously not, but I'm saying everything in moderation, because you are what you eat. You can tell me your thoughts below on that subject.